You belong with me. You belong.
Hi everyone, my name is Daria.
And my name is Hollis P. Monroe.
We are believers.
We are believers.
We believe in all good and bad.
We believe in all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, we believe in everything, and we believe that every person is unique.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not good practice to compare you with somebody else. Like we take, I don't know, our Earth and Mars, and we said, yeah, you are not green enough, you know, Mars. Shame on you.
Yeah.
I think that with people it's same.
Mm-hmm.
If someone is Mars, he's beautiful like as he is, you know, he's red, so gorgeous, it's nice colors.
Yeah.
Blue, like Earth, is also nice colors, but it's not making Mars more worse, or he's just different,
Yeah.
you know.
Right?
He's alive, some animals. He's just so proud of him. He's alone. Maybe some curiosity calls this small robot, which is all the time on Mars.
Yeah? Robot? Oh, yeah.
What we like to discuss today. Because it's common and very often what I hear is that someone said, I have no real self-esteem, really high self-esteem, because I can see someone who can do it better. For example, I'm singer, but I sing not so good enough. When I listen in somebody else, oh, she have real voice, and I am just playground girl, and I cannot meet a nice man because I don't have a good body, for example, or I am not pretty enough, or so my friend Anya is beautiful, I am not, that's why I will get third class of men.
Did you show me Anya?
No, I just created from my.
Come
it's
on,
just
man.
Name.
You got me excited for a second. I wanted to know all your cute friends.
But it happens also with beautiful people.
Yeah.
I hear it also from beautiful people that they are pretty not enough, they're clever not enough, because they compare some, this is symbol that have to be, example, like perfect woman look like, but it's, it's in your head, not more. So she have to be...
Hold on. In your head? Sometimes it's not in your head.
Sometimes it's in my head, but it's from social system or from culture.
Ooh, we about to argue. Okay.
Yeah.
We about to, not argue. We're about to disagree.
We're
about to disagree.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
What I meet very often that everybody have some, not everybody, but very often I meet some that people have some how should look like pretty woman. What she have, how long is your hairs, how much she weighs, and, what is points of to be beautiful. How have to face look like for to be described like a beautiful, or body or whatever. How she smile and teeth. Said one friend of mine, she have wonderful teeth, and she go to I need to go to this doctor to make this more white. What? Yeah, because it's my problem, and she's beautiful, she have beautiful everything, and she's I need to lose weight, I need to have white teeth, I need my eyebrow is not perfect, my eyelash is not perfect, my hair is not perfect, I need to bring it perfect, and then I can find man of my dream. So this because it's but some is comparing to other person. This is more awful. But I don't know what is more
Well,
awful, comparing to some view what you have in your head, or some real person, like, you know, like we look on top models, like Cindy Crawford, I don't know, Heidi Klum, and I said, yeah, with this shape, with face like this, with hairs like this, I will got everything.
Right. Everything or more?
Everything.
Because I think that's where maybe I would consider this to be the flaw, because there are certain advantages to seeing like things that are attractive in other people and maybe wanting to aspire to those things, but it's not the only thing that's going to fix your situation. I remember we talked about your friend who will never listen to this podcast, right? You know, looking a certain way can get you only so far. And then you have to make sure your personality is good as well. And, you know, and sometimes you can have a good personality, and if you don't take care of your outer self, you might be making it very difficult for someone to get to the inner you. You know what I mean? Because they see what's on the outside, you know? Personally, I think it's okay to compare yourself to other people. It's just how you interpret the information. Of course, you could tell me, oh, I'm perfect the way that I am. But I can tell you, if I was 6 inches taller, I would have a little bit more access to certain women, you know? Because certain women like taller guys. I mean, it's just the reality of the situation. Now, it's up to me to decide if I'm going to look at other taller guys and be upset. Oh my God, I'm not as tall as him. So no, and I would never do this. Like, I mean, I think you can aspire to something and you can make changes for yourself and want to do better for yourself and make yourself look better, you know, and more attractive. Because I think part of the problem is you can tell yourself you're attractive, right? But when it comes down to it, what matters is what other people think of you if you're interested in those other people. You know what I mean? Can't make someone that's attracted to a certain body type. If you want that person, you need to get that body type then. Like, you know what I mean? You want to raise your chances by getting that body type. You don't have to feel like you're a horrible person while you're doing it. You know what I mean? And you don't have to like do damaging things to yourself. And you don't have to feel like, you know, that you're worthless without this. Like if you put yourself in the sphere of the outside world, you know, you're playing by the outside world's rules, you know? And so that's how I see it.
You know, I realize now that it's two sides on one coin. From one side, you have to understand your personality and that you are unique and that you are more than only how you look like and so on, that you are really perfect. And from other side, it's okay to be better, to want to be better.
Yeah.
This is complete fine.
Yeah.
But not pushing you too much into this, you know. No, I have to be like this friend because she has so much, I don't know, followers or men, whatever. I think you need to create some balance between those two sides, because if you say it, I'm perfect. I am already perfect. I'm done, and I can look whatever. It's also not right position. It's only one side, you know. From other side, you need place to grow up, and it's okay if you look and shapes. But here's challenge, real challenge, to have this balance, to be agree with how you are now, and this point. What you like to have, and maybe to be agreed that you cannot look like Heidi Klum, or for example, I cannot look like Heidi Klum, whatever, maybe some operations, but it will be some different person maybe already, but not me, you know. Appreciate your unique and not getting too deep into this social symbols of beautiness, you know, or whatever.
Yeah. Well, the thing is I you know, if we're talking about like comparing yourself, I don't think, I mean, there's something to be said about like you want to make yourself into the best version of yourself. If you want to be the most attractive version of yourself, this is one thing, and the other thing is wanting to be someone else. You know, like a lot of people say in pictures, I look like Idris Elba, right?
Have no idea
You know,
who's
I
it.
don't know. You ever see that TV show Luther? He is a detective. He was in The Wire. Did you watch The Wire?
No.
Man, what you? Okay.
I look not TV,
Well, you look
nothing.
him up. You look him up, right? Look him up
Special
when you
view.
had Idris Elba, right? And so in pictures, I do resemble him. Even I could see it, right? You know. And the thing is this guy is easily like probably a foot taller than me, and probably I'm decently built, but I think he is a little bit beyond me or whatever, right? But I wouldn't try to be him because I know some people like me because I look like him, you know, a little bit, or I remind them of, you know, and people have said this, but I don't look at him and say I'm jealous of him, and like me not being him doesn't make me feel bad about myself. And I think this is the most important part of the whole thing. Like I think you have to learn to be happy with yourself, but also be honest about what you want out of life or whatever. You know,
but it's, you know, this is a difficult. For example, my friend have family, kids, and I'm alone, and I'm 40 or 45. You know, and you do it automatically. You like to have kids. You like to. It's very hard to be happy as it is. You know, because you wish to have family. You wish to have kids. How to deal with this feeling?
Well,
It start automatically. Okay, I feel she's more happy because she have husband. It don't matter if this husband hit her every day, you know, and kids never call her later.
Yeah.
You know, something like this.
Yeah.
But from view of woman which is wishing in 45 and wishing to have family and kids and start to be regret that she never will get it, you know, it's very hard feeling. And just stop to comparing, she's more like in life, you know, to love life, which, you know, I like to live different.
Well, the question is like, okay, do you want to be happy with yourself and say, okay, I don't have these things and I accept that I don't have these things? Because like the two conversations, like my example and your example are not so different, because I can't grow any taller than, you know, than I am, right?
Yeah.
Not to say I'm not like super short or anything, but I'm like just average, you know what I mean? Like I'm just the average height, right? And I know there's nothing that I can do about this. Like if I just go around being, you know, upset about this, like you have to learn how to accept the things that you have no power over. But if a person wants to have a family, you can have a family. You can be 45 and have a family. You can find a mate, but it requires some change on, you know, you got to be honest about wanting it. Not even looking at the other person, that like another person that has what you want. Like that's completely irrelevant. You know what I mean? Unless you want their husband. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you want a husband, then there's no need to compare yourself to another person. And all you can do is prepare yourself to acquire or what it is that you want. You know what I mean? So if you're 45 and you want to find a husband, if you care about what he looks like, right? Because I have my...
You know, this is good point.
Yeah.
Good point. I spoke with my friends, and one was upset that she's looking for a husband, but all nice men is assholes, you know. But I said, but why you are looking for nice man? You know, nice, handsome looking man,
Yeah.
you know. This was first point. He have to look nice. He have to look beautiful. But I said, you need to choose what are you looking for. Are you looking for husband or you are looking for a nice looking man? Because it's two different.
Yeah.
Big difference
Yeah.
between this.
Yeah.
Because if this man wish to have you like as a wife, it don't matter for you how he look like. If he will cover all your needs, what you put in this description, like I don't know, family or whatever relation, marriage. I don't know what you wish. Maybe most important that he wanted. Really, he want to build family with you, to have kids if you like to have kids, or dog if you like to have dog. I don't know, to do something together, to be in one way. Don't matter how high is it, which nationality he is, or which language he can speak, or whatever.
Yeah.
How he look like, you know.
Yeah.
You don't need some you know, like a star from magazine or looking like Tom Cruise or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, and you choose how he look like and wait that he will give you something different, you know. Yeah, most of all, you know, with nice pictures from, you know, professional photographs.
Yeah.
I prefer to choose on Tinder some man which make himself in bathroom with ways, you know,
Yeah.
like so. Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Well, the thing is like, if you're honest about it, right? Like, I mean, I came to this conclusion a long time ago, right? I have to say, I've dated some beautiful women in my lifetime, right? I don't even know how I did it, right? I got lucky. They felt sorry for me, whatever. I don't know. But, I'm joking. But what I'm saying is, the thing is I had to understand that, like, in order to have, it's a weird way to say this, but to have access to a certain quality, the qualities that I'm interested in, I had to make myself a certain kind of person. You know what I mean? And so if your friend, she wants a handsome man and also a husband, right?
Yeah.
That's okay to want. But then the thing is like, you need to make yourself so valuable to that person that they're going to want you as much as you want them. Like, you have to be, if you want an extraordinary person, you should try to be extraordinary as well. And it's not about just telling yourself that you're perfect. You know what I mean? Like, your opinion of perfect only matters to you. It should only matter to you. And you should be happy with yourself or whatever, right? But if you want this guy and that guy wants a certain thing, then you have to consider trying to get yourself to being that thing that he wants. And that could be improving upon your personality, and it could also be improving on your physique, your ability to cook. You know what I mean? Like, all of the things that you know what I mean? You have to take into account, like, sometimes we may want we say we're perfect the way that we are, right? I don't say this, but I'm gonna be with you for this, right? we are perfect or whatever, right? And we want everyone to accept us as perfect, right?
Yeah.
And then the other person has to be, no, I'm telling you that I'm perfect and you should agree with me, right?
Yeah.
And then the other person can't say I'm perfect too, and so you should agree with me. You know, like, it's not okay it's okay for you to feel this way about yourself, but then you have a whole different standard for the other person. You know what I mean? So if you really want to live that life, then you can find someone that, like, if you're honest with yourself, you know, maybe you're not really attracted to them. Like, they don't get you super hot when you look at them. You know what I mean? Like, say, okay, tell yourself that he's perfect. You know what I mean? Like, just like you tell yourself that he's perfect, you know? But if you live in what I consider the real world, right? If you want someone that's of a certain caliber, you got to get yourself to be the caliber of person that they want. And someone that's, like, super successful, wealthy, attractive, all those things that you may say that you want, he has plenty of options.
Yeah.
So he can have the personality. He has a more likelihood of coming across someone with just as great as personality as you, but with a super small waist and huge breasts. You know what I mean? Like, now whether he actually cares about that, because maybe all he wants is the waist, the small waist and the big breasts. But the point is, he has the options.
Yeah, everybody have option. And we about to be, well, it's not right to say to be on one level with person, but I will tell it like this. We discussed a couple of days ago, we discussed with one of my friend, and she described men which she like to meet and have next to her. Like, if you can imagine successful businessman, this exactly what she want to have. She's like a flower. She's not care about money. She's care about something, how to protect earth, like she's more through this all things,
Right.
bio, how to eat healthy,
Right.
and so on. And I asked her about what you can speak with this person. This person will have no interest to this bio stuff. I think he will eat steak
Yeah.
and drink beer.
Yeah.
And what you will do next to him?
Stop stereotyping people.
No,
Yeah, no, I'm joking.
I
I'm
mean,
joking.
I make it like example.
Yeah.
But it's different level of, I don't know, understanding and staying in life and everything. And for what businessman, so really strong, and he will like to have someone who will also be, I don't know, strong in this life and struggle for something.
The thing is, I might say that, like, a guy may not be looking for the same qualities in himself as the other person. Like, I mean, it just depends. You know what I mean? Like,
no. Question was concentrate to find a rich man.
yeah.
Or concentrate to find husband with which you will be, you feel comfortable.
Right.
This is a question.
Yeah.
I said, don't need to look on his job place or how much money he have, how big his car. Look that you feel comfortable, what he like to be with you, and he like to invest in this relationship, time, and to build something, family. This is not matter if he will be businessman
Right.
or he will be just some teacher of biology in school,
Right. Well, I mean, the thing is then I'm going to go back to speaking his language too. I mean, you can, if you can speak his language, then you have a chance or whatever. I do think you should have things in common with the person, obviously, and
language, what I like to say, you can change everything except what is inside. So you cannot change personality, but you can learn language. You can make your hair shorter or longer. You can change color of hairs. You can dress you different. You can change everything. You can study something new and start to do something completely different that you did till now. But you cannot change only what is inside you. You cannot change your personality. This is, that's why it's not matter which language.
No, when I say speak his language, like, oh, okay, so you mean understanding, like, if the person is like a wealthy businessman or a successful businessman, or not even successful, trying to be, you know what I mean? Like, there's a way to understand his struggle, you know what I mean? There's a way to find the common ground, I think, I just think that, like, when you want to get on a winning team though, right? You have to bring certain things to you got to show your value to the team. You know what I mean? What can I bring to this team to make it even better? You know what I mean? And sometimes, like, the guy, if the team has all the components where it can win on its own or whatever, then you can bring the other things, like, okay, I'm not going to play in the game, but I'm going to be there to support you in other ways. And I mean, I think there's a way to, because I don't know, like, I think you can change your personality. You don't think?
No. If you are nice and kind person, you will stay like this, But if you are angry from you can change you personally, only you. If you decided like this, it's not good, I don't like to be like this, and work on to change yourself.
Yeah.
Only you can change yourself.
Yeah.
But from outside of somebody like that, you change your personality. No. That's why when we meet other people, we have to understand that he will stay like this.
Yeah.
We cannot do something.
Yeah.
He can do something with this, but not we are from outside.
Right.
We can ask him to dress different,
Yeah.
or to have different haircut or change car, whatever.
Right.
But personality, only he can take this decision. I will change me.
Yeah, okay. All right, now I understand what you mean. Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I can imagine that some businessmen, it's going together and happy with women like my friend, like a flower, and believe in all good and protect nature and animals. But usually what happens, often it happens. He's driving big car because he need it for business. He need to be fast in different corners of city. And she said, "Oh, your car is dirty. It's not
It's polluting the...
yeah. You see, you kill our nature and so on." And what he will use underground? Which business he will build with underground?
Yeah. But I don't know about this one, because I do think that like you can be a positive influence in someone's life or whatever, but it's a difficult road. You know what I mean? Like, and so I think you can say like, okay, if you're gonna if the person is saying I want to buy a new car, right? And then what they want in the car. I want something flashy, fast, powerful, or whatever. Like, and then what his criteria are. So then you have to find the car that is clean, has a low carbon footprint, and all of this stuff. Like the things that, but within his criteria. You know what I mean? It can't be just. You can't say, hey, just get this old tiny electric car. And you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You have to fit into what he, you got to say, okay, this is what he's into. Now let me try to see if I can, show him the cleaner version of that. You know what I mean? I think it's possible. No? You don't think so?
But I'm more into that you have to look on person which is on one level, say have some worth like you, because it's stressful for you to push somebody to change his opinion about car, but maybe it was his dream on his whole life, and he's under pressure, but it was his dream. And now he can get it, and somebody said, "Oh, I will love you more if you will drive, smart electro." It's. I think it's too much. Spend too much energy from both sides.
Well, you have to take into account if the person says to you, "Hey, this has been my dream my whole life. I've been doing all of this so that I can get this car." Like, you know what I mean? I want to own this $100,000 or $1 million car or whatever. I don't know. And I'm just saying that like you can give him the options, but if you understand like this is where this comes from, this really means a lot to him, then of course you don't like go overboard trying to influence him or whatever. But like I'm saying that like you have to have some sort of understanding of where they're coming from, and then you can still be the person that you are. Like, you know what I mean? I understand what you're saying, and that you create a different, if you're so different like that, putting yourself in a situation where you could just be getting into a very hard life where you don't agree on anything fundamentally. Like, and,
exactly.
But I do think that you can try a little bit. You just have to know who you're dealing with,
But you know what, from my perspective is good can be completely different from other person perspective, you know?
Yeah.
If I feel most important to drive electric cars and to save our planet, and this person is no, most important to feed all my family and that my family is safe, you know? I will drive all these cars, I will use whatever, but I will bring money, food, everything, protection to my family and raise healthy kids,
Yes.
you know?
Yeah.
And I will come on, but safe planet.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's different. Okay, you can do something for the safe planet, but
Yeah.
you do need to push other person to do it.
Right.
He's not into this. He have other things to do.
Yeah. But you know, but see, I guess the reason why I'm resisting this idea is because I mean, I think you have to give them the opportunity to see things in a different way. I mean, not to say that you have to, if you disagree, then you shouldn't be together, but it's like you just have to give them an opportunity. I don't think you should try.
I think all what you can do, just tell your opinion.
Yeah.
About this.
Yeah. That's all I'm saying. I'm agreeing with. That's what I'm saying. Like,
just you can do what you want, but my opinion is different.
Right.
And I am not push you. You can do. You can do with your wishes and everything.
Right.
My opinion different. I will stay with this, and it's fine.
Right.
You know, no pressure, no stress.
Yeah.
Peace.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, and so. To bring it back to this comparison thing, right? Yeah, it's good to know in the beginning, and the beginning is the important part, right? So if you're comparing yourself to someone else, right? You should compare yourself from the point where they started. You know what I mean? You're trying to get to a certain place. You compare yourself to where they started, you know? Not to where they are. And I think this will relieve some of the jealousy part of it. I think because you're not just seeing what the outcome is, you're seeing what they did to get to that outcome. And
usually people look in the end, you know.
Yeah, you can't do it that way. So like, I mean, we really only get jealous about a couple of things, right? Like what people have and what they are. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you want to have what someone has, then you see how they got it. You know what I mean? Like, and of course, some people are just born beautiful, or they are born into a family that has money. Then you might have to look a generation back and say, okay, how did they get the money? And like, how can I emulate these things? Or she looks like this. I mean, like certain things you can't change or whatever, but like, you know, everybody can work out and like, if you think it's the beauty that allows her to have what she has or whatever, then you can work on your beauty, like, and see where she started, and you know.
Yeah, but we anyway we compare us with everything, you know, like on work with other people. Or I finish only 2 projects, he finished already 5. You know, boss was telling to him, you are good, or and shake his hands, but I got nothing. Maybe I done my job bad, you know, I'm not good enough for this position. Maybe I need to change something, you know, and it happens everywhere. My clothes not expensive enough, you know, if I am somewhere around.
That's different.
People.
This one's different, but
it's same. It's comparing with everybody, you know, what is around.
But the thing is like when someone is more productive than you, right? You got someone that you work with, right? And the boss is saying, "Oh, you did a great job." They're not telling you have a great job. You did a great job, or they produce 5 where you produce 2, right? You can go to that person and say, you know, how were you able to do 5? Like, can you show me something? And maybe they're in competition, so they don't want to tell you or whatever. But then you look at them and see what they're doing. Like, how they doing it? Are they staying at the office, you know, for 16 hours and they don't go home? And like, you know what I mean? And if you want to be where they are, then you got to do what they're doing. You know, I don't think this is now.
But you know what? I had experience, you know. I'm person which all the time have 3,000 ideas in one moment.
Right.
And if we was a manager conversation, we need to create something, and they start with topic and what is the shoe, what we have to do. And same moment, I have 3,000 ideas about what we can do.
Right.
Now, yesterday, tomorrow, and future, and you know, and other was feeling, so maybe I'm not so cool. Daria have so much ideas, you know, not comfortable. So, there was comparing me, but they was not looking that my problem is to get these ideas done. I can only create ideas, you know.
Right. This
you
yes,
know?
I got the same thing.
But to finish, I cannot. But anyway, they felt not so good, and it was envy. But I was envy in these people because they can finish it, you know.
So that's what I mean. I what I'm saying is it's like you got to find where your value is in the situation or whatever, right? So like if the person is like, okay, I can see she has all these ideas, and I'm gonna bring the finishing touch. I'm gonna make that idea a reality, you know, and this is what I bring.
Actually, what happens? I got all these projects. There was just helping me to make it till the end.
Yeah.
It was not really nice feeling. They like you cannot reach someone, you know, because someone all the time on the top, only because he can create these ideas, you know.
Yeah.
It's not so easy to deal with this feeling, I guess. If you're comparing with others, you know, like he's Muslim or he's more beautiful, or he's more productive, or I don't know, this feeling. Everybody got it. Everybody have it in our daily life. When we go out on street from our house, we can see someone. And most important what I find in this moment, just to get back to me and say it, never forget what is good in you.
Yeah.
It's better to write it time to time and read it time to time, like a meditation. Somebody tell me that it's, if you tell it loud, your brain take this information like it's statement, you know. So it's good to write. I'm beautiful. Yeah, I'm beautiful as you are, because beautiful is relevant. Everybody beautiful, you know. Really, it's really so.
Yeah.
Just beautiful is relevant. What is for me beautiful, for other person will be not beautiful. You know, because everybody have different perception of what is beautiful.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
For one person, this is beautiful. And for other, like a flower, somebody love rose, somebody love something else, you know.
Okay.
They're all flowers, they're all beautiful, but preference is different. Yeah, come on.
Man. Like the thing is like I don't know that anybody is the second that you are interested in someone, right? The second that you're interested in someone, all the you telling yourself that you're beautiful goes out the window, because it doesn't matter if the person that you want, what they think is beautiful is what's important. Like, you know, in that situation, it's like you can only do what you can do. You know what I mean? Like you can tell yourself you're as beautiful as you want to tell yourself, and you should believe that, right? You should be able to get your...
Is it like this? And you don't need to struggle to have attention for this person which you like to have. You have to realize that this person is not liking you. Maybe he likes somebody else.
But what's wrong?
And you need just to find person which will like you.
Well,
you know,
that's another way to go about it. But what I'm saying is, if you know what and I'm not talking about like, because you said beautiful, right? You said beautiful. We talking about beautiful, right?
Yeah.
The thing is there's things that you can do to make yourself more beautiful. I don't think there's...
You can do something to make you more attractive.
Yes.
But beautiful, you are already beautiful. You're
Sure,
just,
sure.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
You are already beautiful and perfect as you are.
Right.
You can be more attractive to make nice hairstyle,
Right.
makeup,
Right.
nice clothes.
Yeah.
You are beautiful also without, you know. It's make you more attractive.
Yeah.
And if you like to feel more attractive, like dress like this.
But what you mean
make
feel
ready.
more like come on, like all right, come on. Like the thing is like this stuff, once again, I have a resistance to this idea just because like this is fine if you really could get yourself to believe this. And I'll tell you, what you're describing, then this is me exactly, right? I feel like I'm attractive, like, or whatever. I really believe I'm a decent looking person, beautiful, however you want to say it, right? But then if I want to attract a certain kind of person, I know I have to I have to maintain a certain shape, you know, I have to maintain a certain physical quality because I'm not worried about what I feel about myself. I'm worried about what the other person feels about me. You know what I mean? Like, and you can actually do something about that. And this is to me a good use of your energy, like making yourself so that you could be attractive to the person that you want to find you attractive, you know?
We are not speaking about this.
What are we speaking about then?
We're speaking about comparing us with other people.
Yeah.
You know?
But if you, the thing is if you could do this, I kind of feel like part of it.
Some people, why I raise this topic, a lot of people think that not deserve something better, not deserve to be more happy, not deserve to have better position or something like this, because somebody else is better, somebody else is more clever, somebody else more beautiful, somebody else more successful, and so on, you know. And they compare wage, he's I'm like 200 gram and this person like 5 kilo, you know, on this comparing stuff, and they feel upset, and this regular comparing with somebody else, whatever it is, you know, it's about physical attraction, you know, how I look like, or it's about work, or it's about success in life, or enjoying life, and somebody can enjoy life, I cannot because I have so much trouble, never I will be like this, I wish to be like others, you know, if I will have this big car, I will be more happy, you know, this, or this is, this person is more lucky because he have something, I don't know, big house or whatever, and you know, it's all the time, if I good enough, this question more, it is comparing stuff, question not feel you good enough, you know. This is one kind of feelings, I guess.
But the thing is like when you say not good enough, you don't mean good enough for yourself, you mean good enough for other people, like that. This is not
whatever is this, because reflection from other people is very important for us, you know.
Well, this is the point that I'm making, like I'm saying, if you that's why I'm saying this internal feeling, you know, it's definitely something that I would hope every person can get to, you know, but if an external force can start making you doubt how you feel about yourself, like this is definitely something that you can work on or whatever, right? Like, but like that's like the inherent part of the problem. It's like when you start thinking that other people should feel about you the way that you feel about yourself, you know?
No, they don't need.
I agree with you.
My opinion, you have to feel you strong inside.
Yeah, of course.
And when you got this feeling that I compare me with, I don't know, my friend in some TV star or whatever,
right?
Just to hold on and say it, no, but I have this inside, and I can this. I am beautiful. I am clever. I am like as I am. Yeah. And my personality is beautiful. But of course, work out, work hard. You know, it's never ending process.
Yeah.
Because you grow up yourself, and you're, I don't know, to start to be better person every day. It's never ending process.
Yeah.
It's different question already, but to be happy with what you have now, this is problem. You know, for a lot of people, this is problem.
Yeah.
Almost everyone, you know, running some point in future, what I like to have. My opinion, we have to look on us today, what we are now, and say, I am today, I am now. In this moment, I am beautiful. I am good enough for everything. I deserve everything what I can have, and in this life, you know.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
And you know, this is when I speak with people, I interact with a lot of people, you know, and what they listen that, oh, if I will be different, if I change something, this maybe I need to change my style, how I dress, or whatever, or work, or so whatever. This is comparing stuff. This about to be happy, to be peaceful with your inside, what you have today, not tomorrow, not yesterday, only today. And this is, I think, it's very heavy. In real life, because I meditate, I think about it a lot, and I learn a lot for last years. And when even I get this idea that I do this comparing, oh, she looking more beautiful than me, you know, and I said, oh. But my type of beautiful completely different. I cannot compare me and her because we have inside different personality.
Right.
If somebody attract to me, it's not means he will attract to this girl, you know. You know, that's why comparing it's not right. We are completely different. You know?
I mean, I do say that I mean, if what you're getting at is that we shouldn't make comparisons at all, I agree with you. And but this also goes along to our other conversation, what I meant about, like, this is why compliments shouldn't mean anything to you just as much as someone's negative opinion means to you, because if you're susceptible, if you require either of these things, if either of these negative or positive opinions of you from other people affects you, then that means you haven't got it together on the inside. You know what I mean? Like, you should be able to function without having anyone on your side. You know what I mean? Like that. I know that's a tall order, but that's what it requires to get to that point. Because I can see, like, self-esteem and everything has to come from yourself. You know, it can't, like, no one can help you with your self-esteem.
Yeah.
You know? And so it just so happens that my way of handling this is by proving to myself that I can do certain things. And that's why I'm resistant to this starting place of, you know, I am beautiful on the inside, and like, you know, that's the starting point. Like, to me, my equivalent of that is, I'm not a bad person because of where I am, right? You know, I'm still a quality person where I am. Like, I have things to offer, and I know this about myself, you know, I have value, you know what I mean? And this is what I know for myself. And then I say, you know, I can actually even be better. I have a chance to grow. I have an opportunity every day to grow to even more. And to me, the more you take actual actions, it reinforces how you feel about yourself on the inside. I don't know how it works if you just tell yourself, like, actually, I think where this works is when you're a kid. Like, I know the way that I feel about myself has a lot to do with what my mom told me about myself. You know what I mean? But when you're an adult, you know, and you've already at a point, I don't think you can talk yourself into actually feeling a certain way about yourself. I feel like you need to prove things to yourself, and that requires some level of action. That's all I'm saying. I don't think you can just look in the mirror and just tell yourself, I'm beautiful. I'm beautiful. Yeah, I'm beautiful. I have, you know what I mean? I don't think you can do that. I mean, I don't know. Someone has to show me that they did it without taking an action.
You know what? I think main point here to start to love yourself, to really find in yourself inside something what you personally really love. For example, if it's problem to love your face complete, start to love your how it's looking your eyes or eyebrow or ears or hairs, because everyone has something what is really beautiful, and other people say, "Oh, you have so beautiful eyes," or you know, that people notice that you have beautiful eyes or hairs or arms, whatever is it.
Yeah.
Start with this. Start to love this part of body and just, you know, just feel that how it feels, this love to yourself, even if it's small part. Start with this, and after and my cheeks is also it's looking, and if lights is coming, so my nose, oh my God, this is really what you can do. You can go to professional photographer and make nice picture which you will love complete, print it, put somewhere on wall, look, and this is picture of yourself,
right?
You know, because we have picture of us in our head and we translate it to other person, and other people can see us exactly how we see us self.
Okay.
You know, that's why to keep beautiful picture of yourself. If you cannot imagine, go to photographer, do this picture, because say it, I need beautiful picture of me. Don't matter if he will use Photoshop. It's fine. Most important that you have some point that you will love so much that you will believe that this is you, for you.
But okay. Go ahead.
You dropped
I'm
me, I
sorry.
forget.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm the worst. I'm horrible.
Yeah.
See, I gotta work on it.
No, nobody horrible. And what I want to say, think about you at first. I am first. So egoism. It's, you know, we learn that to have too big ego, it's not right. To have ego at all, it's not right.
Right.
No, it's right. It's right to think about self at first. How I feel, how I look, I don't know, what is my feeling, what I will do it next, not what other people is waiting from me or what should I do because somebody tell me to do it, you know, just how I feel now, what I want, what I like, you know, to have own wishes, own plan for life, for everything.
Right.
Don't put too much attention that somebody is doing. Do your stuff.
Yeah.
Think about yourself, keep your pictures, and what is good training, what to do, take some piece of paper and write down 85 points, positive points about you. Whatever what. For example, when I was in first class of school, I win championship in tennis.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Right.
It have to be 85 points.
Yeah.
After you finish with this, you will notice, you will surprise how wonderful are you.
All right. So
You know?
do you see you not realizing possibly that we're totally agreeing? The thing is like, you know, yes, because you said the things that you're doing, right? The things that you did. And I'm saying the things that you do. Like I'm saying, like you can do things to prove to yourself. Like you're saying, you write down that you won you could earn the trophy, you won this or whatever.
No, you are. I'm kind person. You know, I'm.
But all these things are actions, though. These are all choices. Like you can be a not kind person, and you can say I am a kind person. You know what I mean? This is like kind may not be your default. You may say, hey, I was generous in this moment. You know, or I was like, I had this thing, I really wanted it, but someone else needed it, and I gave it to them. You know what I mean? You know, you can write all these things down, but these are all actions, and this is proof. And this is what I'm in about proof. And even when you say this thing about taking the picture, you said Photoshop, and I'm saying, you know, you can do things, you can work out, like, and you can look at and and say, wow, I did this. Like, this is what I can look like. You know what I mean? Like, and this is what I'm capable of doing. I just proved to myself that I can do that. To me, it always requires an action. I don't think you can talk yourself into believing something about yourself that you didn't work for it. You know what I mean?
I don't know how you can work to be more nice.
You can work to be more nice. You can do things. You can express your niceness. You can express your kindness. You can express your generosity. You can listen more. Like, you know, I like to talk, obviously, you know, and sometimes it's hard for me to, you know, listen to other people, but I practice at it, and I, you know, I practice and realize, hey, you got to ask people more questions, like blah, blah, blah. All of the things that can make you into a better person. And then you do them, and then you can master that and move on to the next thing. But if you just tell yourself that you're these things, you may not even really believe this in your heart. And I think this is where the problem starts. Like, you won't believe it in your heart because you have no proof.
You know, thing is, if, for example, 10 people tell me that I'm pretty, and in front of my eyes, men choose between me and my friend, choose friend, I will feel me like ugliest woman in world, you know? This is what happens, you know, this psychological stuff. You can tell me whatever, you know, that you are pretty, and if men is choosing not you, you start to feel you're like, oh, third class, 5th class, somewhere.
Okay.
That happens automatically because, you know, you was not first choice, you know, or whatever. Whatever is it in life, you know. This is not so easy to do.
So that's seeing it. Okay, I'm gonna interpret it in Hollis way, right? So you put yourself in your you didn't say he liked her. You said in your scenario, he chose her over you.
Yeah.
Right? So you were in a competition with her. In your mind, you were competing with her, right?
Yeah.
So if you want to compete with her, you gotta be better. So it requires an action. You have to do something. Like, the thing is, and I don't mean do something to her, but if you, you know, you have to do something for you. Like, if you want to say, like, this is a competition out here, like, we only, you know, they.
But what you can do? We are both beautiful. We are both clever. What else they can do?
Well,
she's a different person.
But that's,
you know,
but that's why it's not a competition. But I'm saying, if you realize that it's not a competition, then you won't feel bad about it. You know what I mean? You feeling bad about it, to me, means that you were competing with her. Because this really, what happened between them really didn't have anything to do with you. So that's you competing. If you want to compete, then you gotta put yourself in the game. You know what I mean? And whatever you think that it was that she has had over you or whatever, like, I don't know, her butt was bigger, then you got to go do some squats and get the bigger butt because you think, you know what I mean? Or,
but I think this, if you need to do something for to be like other person, my opinion, just stay yourself. Stay like you are. I don't want, because I have smaller breast, you know, and I like to have so much attention like my friends, and I go to gym or I will make the silicone stuff.
Yeah.
But it's not right.
Why isn't it right?
Right to be me, like me.
Why isn't it?
Breast, like I have, and I will meet person which will like me as I am. With this breast, what I have now.
No, but that, once you have the breast, that, I'm not, first of all, I'm not saying doing breasts. I'm talking about, like,
this is problem. This is a problem. This is a point of disagreement.
Okay.
Because I don't need to run to be like other person, you know? I need to accept me like I am, and that understand that I will be loved like I am, you know?
Yes, and that requires you not to think that you're competing with someone else. Like, that's the inherent thing that you have to figure out. Like, If it bothers you, because I can tell you, I've been in this same exact scenario. This is one of the reasons I moved out of Philadelphia. I hung around with a whole bunch of DJs and other like dudes, and essentially everybody was, all the girls were trying to get the same guys, and all the guys were trying to get the same girls. You know what I mean? And there were some guys that were much more equipped to get these more, get the attention of the girls that I might also be interested in. If I consider myself competing with them, then I have to say that like I gotta do what I have to do to be on that level so that I'm being considered in this game. You know what I mean? Like, but if I don't want to compete, then either way, I'm still going to work on myself. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm never going to just say, hey, I'm perfect the way that I am. And the right person will come along, and maybe it'll take 10, 20 years. And, if you're the kind of person that's willing to just not do anything, you're happy waiting or whatever, enjoy it. You know what I mean? But for me, like, I don't want to wait. I want to give myself the best chance to have everything that I want.
I think it puts too much pressure because if you feel you're not perfect, I am overage, something like this.
Why are you going to perfect though? Why are you going to perfect?
Good, not enough. It's better.
These are completely different things. That's the thing. Like
what I met is that I date, some, I don't know. It was not so much what I date. People from Tinder, and I have overage, and I didn't notice, and for him it was, so he cannot accept his like his, and he tried to work out, he have no time, so he's completely stressed with this overage, and just I think we need to take it easy, because person which will like us will like it's if it's important for you personally. I would say you are not accept something in you. You don't love you enough, I wish that you love you a little bit more. Because
you think I don't love myself enough?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes. I feel it like this.
Really?
Yes.
Really? Okay.
Really.
We're going to have to talk about this.
Yeah.
We're going to have to talk about this.
Yeah, next week we'll speak
time,
about
yeah.
Hollis and his love about
yeah, I don't love myself enough. Okay.
Yes, I feel it like this because, really, I feel like you're perfect like you are. If you like to change something, do it. But, it's no stress, because right person which will not paying attention if you're overage or something like this.
Okay.
Because, you are perfect like you are.
Okay.
And I think that's all.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So
I'm into this.
Yeah.
Just it's lack of love to yourself.
Okay.
And if you work out to start to be, perfect shapes and so on, you just cannot accept you like you are.
Okay. All right. So
my opinion.
Next time, now I'm opening myself up. I'm giving you permission. Yeah, I want you to talk to me about this.
Okay.
And we'll see if you can enlighten me and make me help me become a better person.
Okay.
And help me love myself.
Okay.
We could totally do this. I'm open. Yeah. So.
Yeah. Challenge accepted.
All right. Cool.
So, thank you for listening. It was Believers. I am Adaria.
And I am Hollis P. Monroe. And we'll talk to you later.
Yeah, next time.
Next time.
Next week.
Ciao.
Bye.
You belong